Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. In this channel we talk about different legal issues and legal points. Today we will talk about national interest waiver, aka EB2 NIW. And we will make like 4 or 5 different videos in this topic, but today is the first one. And in our today's discussion, we will talk about what is the most important thing to consider while applying for EB2 NIW. And many of my clients and my friends, they ask me this question all the time. Hey, what is the most important thing to consider at the time of applying NIW application? And I tell this to them all the time, but I thought like it would be a good one to make a video and upload in the YouTube that other people who don't ask me this question can learn from this video. So the most important thing in NIW application, that very famous case in Re Danashar, aka matter of Danashar, that case is the most important in NIW application. So what does it mean? How come that case is very important? Because that case has changed the dynamics of EB2 NIW application. Now it's way easier to get approved under NIW after this case. Before this case, it was way more complicated. So it's a case, but what is the most important thing inside the case? So in this case, the court gave us a 3-part test, and that 3-part test is very important. And we need to know why that 3-part test is very important. So I'm showing this right now in the screen, and I'm reading it from my laptop. So USCIS may grant a national interest waiver if the petitioner demonstrates by a preponderance of the evidence. So this is important. Preponderance of evidence is a legal matter. There's like a many different other standard of proof. This is one of the standard of proof, preponderance of evidence. I'm not going that deep into this topic because this is not that important for this case, but this is important for overall legal environment, any kind of legal things. This standard of proof is very important, but I'm not discussing this in this video. Then we get the 3-part test. One, that the foreign nationals proposed, this is the number one, that the foreign nationals proposed endeavor has both substantial merit and national importance. This term, substantial merit and national importance, is very important. You need to show that your proposed endeavor has substantial merit and national importance. The second second prong of the test is that the foreign national is well positioned to advance the proposed endeavor. That means the proposed endeavor that you already said that has a substantial merit and national interest, you have the ability, you have the capacity because of your education, your training, all the things you did before. You are in well position to do this thing, to do the thing that you are claimed you will do. Third, and this is probably the most important prong among this 3-prong test, that the balance, it would be beneficial to the United States to waive the requirement of a job offer and thus of a labor certification. So beneficial to United States. So there's 3 things we found. Number 1, your proposed endeavor must have substantial merit and national importance. Number 2, you are well in position to do that work. And number 3, that work would be beneficial to United States. Now, the question is, how can I prove this? It's very easy to say, hey, I'm doing research in high-speed internet. It has national importance. I have a PhD degree. I can do that. And of course, it is beneficial to the United States. But just saying this 3-4 sentence will not do anything. So what we do from our law firm, we do a complete economic impact analysis. So let's discuss what is economic impact analysis. So, before making any bridge or any road or taking any mega project, government or any city or even private company, before taking any new initiative, what they do is they do economic impact analysis. What is they are going to do? How much they are going to invest? What is the benefit of this work? For example, they are going to make huge bridge on the top of a river. What benefit? Like they're probably spending $1 billion. So what benefit they're getting out of this briefs or this initiative? That is called economic impact analysis. And this is one of the very important part in economics. Those who have like a PhD or master's in economics, they know better than us about this. So, I'm a lawyer. I know legal things. Most of our law clerks, they know legal things, but we don't know economics. I mean, we understand a little bit, but our knowledge is not very sound in economics. That's why when we get all the information from our clients, we give the information to one of our colleagues who has a degree in economics, who is very sound in economic impact analysis. And he does the economic impact analysis. He just give us like a 8-9 page document of the economic impact analysis of our particular client. Then we know whether our client's work has substantial merit and national importance. Because, if I do it by myself, I don't know all these economic theories. I don't know all the tools and techniques to do economic impact analysis, but he does or she does. So that helps us getting a bigger picture, a more in-depth picture of what is the substantial merit and national importance of our client's research or project. And then we analyze whether our client has ability to do that thing, whether he is in well positioned to advance that proposed endeavor. And third, that within the economic impact analysis, we also see what is the benefit of United States from this work. Like, for example, one of our client, he is doing research in COVID-19 vaccine. Well, yeah, it is very important for United States right now. Well, not all the things are this, easy to know, because, COVID, we all are impacted by the COVID. But there's a lot of research like, polymer chemistry or like theoretical physics. How do I know? So our economic impact analysis give us the idea of what is the impact of this research and how United States is getting benefit from this research. And for doing this economic impact analysis, we do a very rigorous research, a totally different research focused on every particular client, and it is very data driven. Like, we try to make it as informative as possible. So our research, we depend on like very sophisticated and very reliable data from reliable source. For example, there is a federal agency called data.gov. We get all the federal government data from them. Some of those are free. For some of those we need to like sign up with like ID password kind of thing. It's not that hard, but we do it for every client. And there is a private company called Welsh Consulting, and they have a big reserve of data, and they do that all the time about labor and employment. So we buy data from Welsh Consulting. It's very reliable data and very like subject specific, field specific. We also do our research on Library of Congress. All the branches of federal government have their data in Library of Congress. So we get that from Library of Congress. Every particular agency, every particular department has their own database. For example, if any of our clients' PhD thesis is in agriculture, like something related to agriculture, we get data from Department of Agriculture. If it is related to environment, EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, has a huge database of very important data, and what is the future of environment and everything. So we get this data from federal agencies, private organization, public organization, New York Times, Washington Post, Pew Research, a lot of like peer-reviewed journal in business studies, different subject studies. So we get data from all these sources, and we make a very good economic impact analysis even before writing the letter of recommendation, because all this data are used in letter of recommendation. All this data are used in petition everywhere. So, I'm not expert in economic impact analysis. One of our colleagues, he does that. But let me give you a short idea of how economic impact analysis works. It mostly a comparative studies of like what is present, past, and future. It's a very common tool for economic impact analysis. Like, for example, in this field, 5 years ago or 10 years ago, US government invested $10 billions, and today we are getting benefit from that $10 billions investment in this field. And so if US government invests like another $20 billions in this field, 2 years from now or 3 years from now, we will get like more benefit. So there's like a data in this kind of situation, like, comparative data from past, present, and future. Also comparative data in different countries, like, America is number 1 economy, but China is very close, and number 2, European Union is very strong economy, Japan, Korea, Canada, Australia, they all have their data. So we do a comparative studies of like how much America is investing in this field and how much European Union or China is investing. So our target is to show that if they keep our client in this country as a permanent resident, United States would be more competitive in international market. So for example, if China has like, for example, 10,000 employee in polymer chemistry, like sophisticated polymer chemistry kind of industry, and if we show that, hey, in America we're in short of polymer chemistry graduates, so our client, he's a polymer chemistry graduate, if he's in America, it would be beneficiary to United States. So this kind of comparative analysis. Also, we get the data for like a demand, like what is the market demand right now, what the industry experts are saying. There's a lot of data, like a lot of like business groups and other labor and employment groups. They say like in America within next 5 years we will be in short of, for example, biotechnology experts, like PhD in biotechnology or something, or like within next 10 years we will need 20 million, not 20 million is a lot more, like 2 million new graduates in computer science kind of. So this kind of forecast, like a demand forecast, and what is the supply condition, like if we need 100,000 new IT graduates in next 3 years, and right now in our college and universities we only have like 70,000, so we will be in short of 30,000 graduates in this field. And if our client he is a PhD in computer science or something, so we can say, hey, see, we have like a demand and we are short of supply, so we need this person. Also, we analyze the GDP, like US government, they publish their GDP like every 3 months, and in the GDP they also publish it like what is the subject specific, like area specific GDP. So if in particular area there's like a less growth in last 2 years, we say to USCIS, see, in this area United States is not doing very good, so we need new people, we need skilled people to take care of this field. Also, if there's like a very good growth in some area, we also say, hey, see, this area is doing very good, and in this time of pandemic or in this time of economic crisis, we need skilled worker in this field to keep this growth going on, or even like getting more. So these are just a few ideas of economic impact analysis. I'm not expert in this field, I just get some idea from our colleagues. So again, the number one thing in NIW application is In-Re Danashar case. Within the In-Re Danashar case, there is 3-prong test. That test is very important. The way you express yourself within this test is kind of the determinative factor of like whether your case would be approved or not. To do that, we do a holistic and very data-driven economic impact analysis, and all of our letter of recommendation, petition is kind of based on that economic impact analysis. This is the most important thing. Of course, your publication, citation, your reference, your thesis, everything is important, but this is the most important thing. And about those other things, I'll make like more videos in future. You'll see that in our channel. So please subscribe to our channel, follow us. We will talk a lot about NIW and all other legal issues. Have a wonderful day. Thank you very much for listening to me.